Hey everyone, I'm going to do a review of the ViewTV at-300. I'm going to do just the new stuff, the new features. If you want to see my old video, it has everything in it. It's the ViewTV at-163. Check that for anything I've missed on this. But I will go through the PVR function to record your shows. I will go through kind of the guide and different things. So this is not a comprehensive review, just this kind of the look of the new and the new stuff. So here's the unit. Let me get a better view here. This is the output. Now I don't have a TV signal going through here because my video is being flagged for content. So I wish I could show you what was in the TV screen there by the menu, but they would restrict me or whatever. So let's go through the new stuff. Program, pretty much the same. This is something new, the transparency. How to get around is kind of different too, just in a few minor ways. Transparency, this is new. The more I think it goes up to 10, but you can see it getting darker. But what that's doing is showing the background through, hence transparency. So you can actually see the TV program behind it. And so I'll just leave it, since I don't have a TV signal, for reasons I just explained, I'll just leave it at 0 so you can see it better. To confirm, you hit OK. I want to keep it, well, let me do one little hit here. Yeah, then hit OK, then exit. That's a little new. So that takes you out to the above menu. What else is new? 3D output. I'm not sure what that's all about. Maybe for future 3D broadcasts. I don't know. I don't have any idea. If you do, leave some comments in the YouTube section. I did try the modulation. I've got 2 of these units now, the 300. I moved my 163. I moved that and recording somewhere else. But in the house here, I have 2, and you can see the input goes here, and then you have another connection. That's where the loop through comes in. You can loop, and it's a smaller cord. Let me get you the cord here. The regular coax cable I have was too thick, but here, oh shoot, here, I noticed it had to be the cable itself had to be real thin. So I think later I'll get the calipers out and see what that is, see what the measurements are. Anyway, the loop through. When you go through that, it'll send the rest of the signal out through here to another converter box. So you can tape 2 things at once. Very handy, and I use it a lot. The only drawback is if this is recording on a show, and the other one, let's say in a half an hour, it starts up, what it'll do is it'll blank out whatever you're recording. So I suggest if you got something to come on at the same time, it's just fine. But if it's like halfway through the program, I would suggest you start it when you start recording of this. You might have to cut out some crap, but you won't have it blink your signal blink on you and your recording be affected. Antenna power, that's the antenna power. Hopefully you've got a booster. That really helps the signal. And I can't really, on another video, when you hit info, let me get out of this. When you hit the info, there'll be a little signal strength and quality. So that's where the booster comes in. It'll try to boost the quality, but you'll have 2%. And maybe at the end of this video, I'll get into that more. Okay. The time is new. You have manual or auto. When I turn on auto, it was 2 hours ahead of time. from what the real time was here. So I use manual and just set it accordingly. Of course, if you're 1 minute off, I suggest you really put the time like 20 minutes ahead and enter, and then go back and hit the real time. If you just change it 1 minute by 1 minute, it doesn't seem to take. So if you're going to change the time 1 minute ahead, above or behind, really change it like 20 minutes, enter, and then come back to it, and then you can change it your minute. Don't ask me why, it's a little glitch. Another neat thing is the 12-hour format. Self-explanatory, you've got a choice between 12 and 24. I like the 12. That's new. Okay, I think I got everything. Oh, I did have a problem when it hooked up to the other ViewTV here, that the audio from the HDMI was kind of, the audio would be fluctuating up and down. It'd get louder, it'd get lower, louder and quieter. So I just put it on digital raw, and that seemed to clear it up. I think it's PCM off, PCM, or raw. I just put it on raw. That seemed to help. I didn't try the off. That probably would have worked. Now, I recommend you have a extension cord, and I'll tell you why. Because when my first ViewTVs, I wore out the USB right here. That's where you put in your thumb drive or hard drive, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. When you put it in, of course, make sure you got the size right. It's empty enough to handle your programs. Okay. So you put it in there, and then it'll just... okay. You have to go to PVR, recording devices, hit the arrow over, and then I don't like the time shift. I just try to get that up to 4 gig, because usually a show, you can get a standard definition show for less than that. So you just hit OK, and that kind of formats your thumb drive for configuration. All right. So that's it with that, and I recommend the extension cord in here. And what's neat is you can pull it in and out, and what it'll do is it'll just say the USB is inserted or removed. That's all that'll do. But to save your connections, I recommend this. I do not recommend a hub, because what a hub will do sometimes, and I've tested the amount of speed for the hub really slows down anything you record on this. So don't use a hub. Use this if you want to protect your USB from getting damaged. That's what happened to my very first one. I used it so much that it got loose, and sometimes it wouldn't record my shows. So I wore that one out. I think I got it in 2014, so it didn't last too long. It lasted a little bit, but I was really, every day, I'd switch these out. Okay. Using a 3.0, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. This is a old USB 2.0, and the reason why is because the power requirements. The 3.0 requires a lot more power, and what you'll notice is if you put this in, it will start clicking, not enough power. But this is a USB 2.0, and I have been able to record it on it once. I recommend you get some kind of flash drive with a real high read-write speed, This is the fastest I could find. This is a VisionTech. It's basically a solid state drive, so it runs really hot to the touch, but it records shows, really big shows, really quickly. Fastest. This is like a hard drive. This is a hard drive basically. So you have alternatives if you're really hard. If your heart's set on recording a USB, then you can try it. But let me go ahead and put it on here. Let's do the search. I have recorded it once, and I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try to hit record, and I'll tell you what, I'll just record it, and I can see the output, but I will make it so it doesn't show up on the video, so I'll tell you if it's recording. The channels, I don't know if they really quite work. Oh, here's the buttons for the channels. This is for the menu. I really haven't tried I'll try it once this is done scanning. Okay, I think it's done scanning. So menu. Okay, the menu does work. So I am going to, well, the thing is, maybe I have to hit the menu again to get out of it. Okay. Let me try to find a show here that is, oh, by the way, it also has a volume. This has its own separate volume. So it has a mute, so you don't have to have the TV remote to actually mute it. You can mute it right from the box. And it has separate volume controls too. That's a commercial, so hopefully I can really quickly hit the info. It'll tell you the strength and the quality. I wanted to show you that. Program guide, so you can go through. It'll show you the whole day, and then you can just switch through the channels here with the with the arrow keys. You can go through here. Let me hit the. Yeah, I just hit the arrow button, and it goes to the next one. So I'm going to try the hard drive first. And since this is the new one I just got, I'm going to put it in here. And, of course, I have to do it the other way around. Okay, it's working. I don't get any clicking. So, as you can see, I can hear it running. So this actually works. So you might just ditch the extension cord here for the hard drive. So I'm going to try to hit record, and the record button is just right here. Record. Entering record mode. So it's actually recording to the hard drive right this instant. And if you don't like that little thing in the corner, you just hit the escape button right here, and it'll get rid of that. But it'll still be recording. So I'm pressing my luck. I know it's a commercial, but I want to stop it. So I hit yes. There we go. So I think I'm going to leave it there. That's all the new information. Yeah, when you unplug it, you don't have to, as far as I know, turn off the unit or anything. You can just unplug it at will. So that was a successful test of the hard drive. So if you have any more questions, just leave it in my comments section. I'll try to keep up on if they've got a new one. I might try the Mediasonic. It basically has the same internals or software. You might want to look on the update for the ViewTV at-1 or 300. So I think I'll leave it there. Come back for more reviews, and have a good one. Hope this helped.